Hey, it's Kitchen Sink. Uh, let's see. It has been a long ride, long trip to get here. I am at Amicalola Falls State Park. I'm at the visitor center. I'm at the shelter here at the visitor center. Um, had a pretty nightmarish trip getting here. I was basically profiled for being homeless twice and threatened with being arrested once on the bus and a second time in Union Station at the in the food court. First time the bus driver was literally trying to provoke me. He just kept repeating himself and would not, even though I said I was talking on the phone when I shouldn't have been. And I didn't realize I had made that mistake. I apologized and said I would, it was fine. He didn't like my tone and kept repeating himself, repeating himself, repeating himself. And nothing I said would change his demeanor. He just kept repeating himself. So he was clearly trying to provoke a reaction out of me, which he got. I broke down and had a breakdown. I was having a panic attack and I was bawling in tears. And so he used that as an excuse to try to get me off the bus. Luckily, another passenger intervened and talked me down, and I just ignored the bus driver, and eventually he got going. The passenger talked me through it, and she was very kind and very helpful, and I'm grateful for that. Shout out to you, whoever you are. I doubt she'll ever see this, but and then again at the Union Station, the train station, I was called names and belittled, and when I tried to explain my situation, I was cut off and just treated like shit. And again, I feel like they were trying to provoke me, but I didn't react. I just stayed calm. But I was definitely the victim of some bullshit, some discrimination against the homeless, for sure. Um, so that sucked, and I got to my destination feeling pretty much like shit about myself. Um, and was had these paranoid stories going through my head that I shouldn't be coming to trail days. I wasn't wanted. Um, I was crazy to do it, and luckily I had a very caring friend that I stayed with for 2 nights. She was someone I met almost 30 years ago, and I had an amazing visit with her, catching up. Uh, Fast forward, I'm here at this gathering. I brought way too many belongings to the just level of I struggle with packing. I struggle with getting things done in a timely manner, and so at the end towards my packing, I was just tossing everything in, whether I needed it, whether I knew if I needed it, just and some really bizarre things ended up in my pack that I did not have any desire to bring, but they showed up. So I got a lot of that separated out at my friend's house, but I still showed up here at the state park with 4 big bags of stuff. I was planning on doing some, since I don't have any money at all. I was hoping to sell some things, sell some merchandise that I had put together, and work on some artwork to sell as well. But the stuff that I did have didn't transport well, and I had to clean it up and get it back into shape, and so that took the better part of a day, and then there was no ability to try to sell anything. So and I'm working on getting my bag packed and everything separated, hoping I can find a way to ship everything, or not ship, but hope find the remaining stuff a ride for further north so that I can utilize it again at trail days when I get up that far. That was the plan, that was the hope. I'm not sure that's going to come through. I don't know what I'm going to do with all my art supplies and my canvases. And that brings me to last night where Miss Janet is a wonderful, amazing trail angel who does so much for the trail community. And I absolutely respect and value her opinion. However, got a nice long lecture last night about getting my pack weight down and what I should and shouldn't carry, and whether she intended it or not, in my heightened state over the last few days, I found it to be demoralizing and I felt like shit afterwards. I weighed my pack. It came in at about 60 pounds, well, 50, closer to 55 pounds, which I was actually happy with because that was the weight with everything I could possibly dream of in it. And I knew that I wasn't going to carry everything I could possibly dream of. So it being 55 pounds and having everything I could possibly dream of in there, I was happy with at that starting point. And I had every intention of going through the pack and getting rid of stuff. Well, she heard that number and just went to town on me. And what she doesn't understand is the last few times I've carried a 60-pound pack, I was lying. They were 80-pound packs. I was not carrying a 60-pound pack. So I was carrying an 80-pound pack. And so a 60-pound pack sounded refreshing to me. And knowing that 55 pounds was the top of it, and I was going to get it at least to 50, I felt good about that. But she thought that was unacceptable and threw out a lot of guidelines that I felt were limiting to who I am. Because what people don't understand is I don't carry the extra weight for me. I don't. If it were up to me, if it were just about me, if I could be a selfish person, I'd do it Grandma Gatewood style, and I'd be out here with a satchel and a shower curtain, and that would be it. I really would. I don't care about. I can get by with nothing. However, it's not about me for me. For me, it's about everybody else. It's about me having what someone else needs when they need it. I feel like I'm more like a traveling trail angel. And maybe Miss Janet doesn't understand that about me, but that's what it's about for me. It's about having what someone else needs. And you take that away from me, and I no longer know who I am. I felt like I was being stripped of my very identity. It was like... And I know, as again, nothing against Miss Janet. This is all on me. This is the way I was taking it. She was truly coming from a good place and a good heart and was trying to help me. But where I was at was not in a place where it was helping me. It was hurting me deeply. It was breaking my heart. And I just took it, the whole thing, very hard. And I've had to, and I suppose if anything positive came out about it, was the recognition that is who I am, about helping other people and having what other people need. Now, do I have a few extra things that goes even above and beyond that? Yeah, and I can thin that out, and I will. But that's my process. I start heavy and I get light not light, lighter. And that's just how I work through it. That's the only way I can work through it. To do otherwise feels like it strips me of who I am. It's like Samuel L. Jackson without the motherfuckers. It's like Evel Knievel without the death daring stunts. It's like Guy Fieri without the crazy haircuts. It's taking away who I am, or at least that's how it felt in that moment. So I just worked on my pack a little bit more, and I took it down and weighed it, and it comes in now right at 50 pounds, about look just a hair less than 50 pounds, and there may be a tiny bit room to lose another pound or two, but I'm happy with that. I'm content with 50 pounds. That was pretty much my goal from day one, was to hit between 50 and 55 pounds. I don't ever want to go below 45. Maybe that's works for other people, but I don't think I would ever be happy below 45. And that's okay. That's me. That's what I need to do. Um, so yeah, long story short, I am here, and I woke up this morning having a panic attack. I've had a lot of panic attacks over the last week, and I'm exhausted. I'm beyond exhausted. I'm ready to just take a nap. To be honest, I just want to rest. I want some sleep. I want some zone out time. But I will start hiking today, um, and get through this. I guess. I mean, I'm to the point right now where I'm. This morning when I was having that panic attack, I was feeling like I don't belong here. Um, I'm out here with no money at all. That adds to why my pack is heavy it is as it is, because I have to carry extra food to be able to go longer between hostel stays. I have to carry extra battery banks because I have to go longer between hostel stays because I don't have any money. Um, a lot of and coming from a poor background where I grew up poor, I've been poor my entire life. Letting go of things, throwing things away is just something I don't do. I can't do that. Um, because it's waste, and it's money lost. Every single thing that I throw away, if it still has a purpose, then it's money lost, and I can't. I have a hard time coping with that, and like I said, it just goes back to me being poor. So this morning, feeling like I just didn't belong here, I had no business being here, um, and that I needed to turn around and go home, put me in a really, I was not a good space. Um, but but I'm here, and I'm gonna keep plugging away at it. I'm gonna do it. Kitchen sink out.